Hello, this is Mrs. Ceballos, and I am making this video for parents in English to give a little explanation about the homework that I will be giving to your students. This week will be the first time that students will be getting homework, and we'll be getting a packet every week. So this is going to be the first page of the homework packet. Students will get this packet the first day of the school week and will always turn it in on the last day of the school week, which will usually be receiving it on Monday and turning it in on Friday. But this week, since we had Monday off, they'll be receiving it Tuesday and then turning it in on Friday. Up here at the top, we have the 3 parts of the homework that students will be doing. You can be checking that off and then signing right here to say that you completed that with your child. Farther down, we have a few different things. I have a space for any notes or comments or questions you have. Feel free to write that anytime during the week. That's fine. If you do, I try to check students' packets on a daily basis, but I may not always see it. And so if you let your child know to come and hand it to me to let me know, I am usually always there writing a note right back. And then here is a little review of what homework should be expected. For the English portion, it is just reading for 20 minutes, preferably in English. If you have additional Spanish reading, I know Miss Myler would appreciate if you would do that as well as the 20 minutes in English reading. And then the 3 portions of Spanish and math. And then down below, I'll have a little section of announcements. This was from the end of the year last year, but information that I know of if we have a field trip coming up or book orders to turn in, any little thing like that, or if we're in need of some help bringing some items for a class event, things like that, I'll put that down in the announcements. All right, so let's get back up to the top. Okay, the first part of the homework is math facts. This is something that we're going to be doing in class. I'll be getting parent volunteers to come and help practice math facts with your children, and they will all be starting at +1 with math facts. And I'll be sending home a sheet of paper that can be cut up as little flashcards to practice. So your job as a parent is to help your child practice for 3 to 5 minutes with those math facts. What we would like for them to be able to do is pass off all of those within 40 seconds time. And so we'll start with +1 and we'll work our way through all of the addition, all of the subtraction, and last year I did have some students get up to multiplication. The 2nd grade goal is for all students to pass off the addition. I would prefer if we could all get through addition and subtraction. So please practice that every day with your child. You can write +1 here, or what level they're on, or just check it off, or you can write how many seconds it's taken them to do it. Just practice in any way, and you're free to do any type of practicing. If you want to do the flashcards, if there is a website online for math fact games, that is fine to do. Any other games, matching games, anything you'd like, just practice a few minutes a day. And that would be great. If when your students are ready, you can send me a note and I'll make sure that we pass them off. But just be aware, they will not be getting tested on their math facts every day. I will try to make sure that it is happening at least once a week with parent volunteers or other aides in the classroom. But if they're ready and the next day they haven't gotten the new level, just be patient. You can send me a note and I can try and get that done during recess or another time personally if we don't have a volunteer coming in that day. So I think that's about it for the math facts. The second part is our Spanish fluency reading. Let me grab a sheet of this. These are stories that we are going to be reading in class every day, and they are tied with the high frequency words that we're learning in class, connected to the stories we're reading, and also the phonics rules that we're learning. And so this will really strongly connect with what we're doing in class. What I would like to have happen at home is for each child to read this passage one time and time it for 1 minute. And as they're going through, when they're finished with the minute, to see where they read and what point they got to. So for example, if they were reading and got to right here, fue, you can count up to this line, 23 words, and then 23, 24, 25, 26. So they read 26 words in the first day. Down here, in this little chart, you can write 26 words. And then hopefully what we'd like to see is that every day they're reading a few more words and getting better with their fluency. I know this will be a challenge the first few weeks of school. Please know that we are reading this passage every day, multiple times as a class, and so this is not new to the students. They're just going to be practicing it again at home. And then on Fridays, I will be reading this with them and seeing how they're doing. And so this example is going to be the first story we're reading, Henry and Mudge, that we're going to be starting this week. These are the high frequency words that we're going to be studying, and then the next week we're going to be learning phonics with the hard C sound with the C, Q, and K letters. And so those are all those there. And yeah, pretty simple. Time them for 1 minute, count how many words they've read, and then write that down below. On the chart, you can, on the first page, let me see if I can get back to that. Right here, you can write how many words they did, or you can just check it off. But just something that I know that you did that for the day. So that is the Spanish fluency reading. The last piece is going to be our sight words. Just like the stories had connections with the sight words and the phonics that we're going to be learning in class, these words will be connected as well. This is the phonics that we're going to be doing for the Henry and Mudge with the hard K, the C, K, and Q sound. So these are the words, and they are repeated 3 or 4 times. And all students need to do is read through the words and then time themselves while they're reading and write down the time that it took them to do that. We're not going to be needing Friday. This is just the format that the software I have uses. It includes Friday, but you're never going to be filling that in because packets will be turned in on Friday. So that is pretty simple. Again, with the reading, we are going to be reading this in class every day, so students should be familiar with this and don't need to be confused or not sure what to do. However, if you are a little unsure about pronunciation or what the words mean, how to read it, things like that, I will be posting videos on my YouTube channel and on my class website under the homework tab of myself reading the passages. So you can listen to it, your child can read along, you can listen to a sentence, pause it, your child can repeat it, so that you can be sure that they are pronouncing and saying the words correctly. Later on in the year, I will have some additional homework that is optional. One of them will be using the Think Central Math website, having assignments on that, but that will be optional because I know not all families have computer access. As well as later on, I'll be putting a math homework page on the back of this packet, and it will always be very, very simple math, such as addition and subtraction problems, first 1 digit, then 2 or 3 digit, according to what level the students are at, just to practice those skills. And then hopefully this week, as we get more help in the classroom, I would like to send home Spanish reading books to families that would like to have that extra practice with their child according to their level. And so on this packet, I'll put a little note saying if you would like to have Spanish books sent home with your child, and those will be sent home on a weekly basis. So I think that's about it for the Spanish. One other thing, please make sure that this packet stays in their homework folder and comes back with them every day. Like I said, we read the reading passages and the words every day. At the very end of class, we take out our homework packets and we read it together and we practice it together. And so it helps a lot to have the students have their packets in front of them and instead of needing to look on a screen or share with a partner. But if you have any questions, you feel free to send me a note. You can leave any comments on this video or call, anything you'd like to do, email. That whatever you'd like to do to get a hold of me is fine. And yeah, we're looking forward to a great year, and I hope that this homework is simple enough but efficient and effective enough to help your child progress through math and Spanish.